Hello and good morning. Today I'll be talking about the breaking new microbe called swine flu or H1N1. But to start you off, I will be talking about the immune system. The immune system is one of the most vital systems because it defends the body against diseases and any harmful microbes. The immune system works throughout white blood cells, which are cells that fight against diseases. Our white blood cells are two parts, phagocytes and lymphocytes, which is also known as T cells and B cells. Now, these are the lymphocytes, which are in charge of the plasma B cells and killer T cells, which are like their mini army, and the T and B cells are their commanders. But the phagocytes is completely different because it's being carried around by the macrophage, which job is to go around and eat microorganisms, just like a Pac-Man. Now, to go more in depth of the T and B cells and other parts of it, there are more important things, like the helper T cells, which send signals to the T and B cells if they see a pathogen. Now, a pathogen is either a virus, bacteria, or fungi. There is also the suppressor T cell, which is in charge of calming down the killer T cells and the plasma B cells after they get rid of the pathogens. Last but not least, the memory T and B cells, which is like the paparazzi. When the killer T and B cells begin to attack the pathogen, the B and T cells go around taking pictures of the pathogen. So next time, if it comes in our body, it can be killed quicker and easier. So I have told you now about what are the parts of white blood cells, but I haven't told you how the immune system works step by step. Well, now I will tell you how the immune system works in 7 easy steps. Now, step 1. The pathogen enters the body and is spotted by a macrophage. Step 2. The macrophage eats the pathogen and becomes it, transforming the macrophage into a bigger pathogen. But the whole point of this is so the helper T cell goes and starts to signal the T and T cells that there is a pathogen has entered our body. Step 3. The B and T cells have got the message from the helper T cells and is preparing its army of plasma B cells and killer T cells to go and attack the pathogen. Now, step 4. The plasma B cell goes around and tries to hold as much as pathogens as possible. The macrophage comes and eats the pathogens held by the plasma B cells. But the killer T cell is like a mercenary. It goes around and kills special pathogens. Step 5. While all of this is happening, the memory B and T cells go around taking pictures of what's happening for later reference. Step 6. Now, all of these things happens. The pathogens being killed and the plasma B and killer T cells are still continuing to do what they're supposed to do. They're attacking anything, so the suppressor T cell goes around to the plasma B and killer T cells and tells them to calm down and tell them to go back to the B and T cells. Now you know how the immune system works step by step. Next, I will be talking about the killer new disease.
Created using Powtoon.